MySQL database is not very bad. MySQL is the simplest database that is available, open source, completely free. Okay. My question is this: cards, games, movies. You are seeing so many things inside this. Okay. You can look at all the tables inside this. Anytime when you look at a database, there will be something like this. Meta store. It is small, I cannot make it big. MySQL is storing something inside a special database called information underscore schema, if you know. Without that, you cannot create anything in MySQL. By default, when you install MySQL, information schema will be created. Next one, how many of you observed that whenever we created a MongoDB collection and when you wrote show DBs, irrespective of the DB that you created, like Twitter, you might have seen one more. What is that? If you remember, system. If you are familiar with Oracle, in Oracle, you will see so many tables with a dollar name, $, session, etc., etc. This will be in something called a system table space. Similarly, PostgreSQL, any database in the world. What are these? Why a database needs that? What is the concept? Database is for storing the data, right? And why you need? These are all. Why nobody is giving any answer?
Metadata to store.
These are all data about the data, and that's called metadata. Database cannot exist without metadata. What is metadata? If Ravi is creating a table called employee, Suresh is creating another table called a department, Sheetal is creating, let's say, something called salary. The information about where are the tables stored, what are the column names of that table, what are the data types of the table, so that when you write describe command to show you what are the columns and etc., everything will come from this metadata. Okay. Unfortunately, for me, it looks like very stupid, but I don't know why they have designed like that. We are also going to learn a database, and the name of the database is Hive. Unfortunately, the design of Hive is that Hive's meta store should be stored in a separate database. That means in MySQL, where is the metadata of MySQL stored? In MySQL itself. Oracle, Oracle itself. MongoDB, MongoDB itself. Hive, separate. Maybe because Hive relies on Hadoop, MapReduce and all. At any point of time, you may be doing a lot of changes to your nodes, data and all. So they don't want the metadata to be part of the data. Might be that is the reason why they have designed it in a separate database. So the first thing to understand is that Hive has got a meta store which is stored separately from Hive. So when you install Hive, you have to configure what is your metastore. Metastore can be MySQL, Oracle, Teradata, any database. Derby, you know how you heard about Derby? Derby is an open source database, Apache. All these are different kinds of databases. For us, it is MySQL, Claudia. For some of the companies, they use Oracle. Some of the companies use Derby. And if you remember the class in which we installed Hadoop from scratch, you might have seen I talked about MapReduce site.xml, HDFS site.xml, yarn site.xml, and I told you these are the configuration files which will be controlling the entire Hadoop. In the similar way, when you are having Hive, there is a configuration file, and that configuration file is called Hive site.xml, just like HDFS site.xml. In Hive site.xml, before you start your official database, you will configure what? What your meta store is, and that's what I'm going to show you. I have the Hive installation on my system completely. So if you look at my system, and if I go to the cd lib, and if I open, let's say, the version of Hive that I have, which is Apache Hive 2.3.2, and if you go to that directory, and then if you go to conf directory, and if you look at Hive site.xml, that shows you or decides where your metastore is. So what you need to do before you are installing Hive, you have to install Derby or MySQL and tell that, okay, this database is going to be my metastore. I am telling about admin features, okay, admin things. Okay. So if you are going to Hive site.xml, you will see that in my system, the metastore is MySQL. This is what is controlling your metastore. That means whatever I do on Hive, if I create a table, if I alter a table, or if I delete a table, drop a table, all that information, okay, about what you are doing, like information schema, system table space, etc. in the other databases, Hive will be storing in the metastore. So the fundamental thing before you install Hive is configure metastore and make sure your metastore is started. Okay, then only your Hive is going to work. Otherwise, Hive is not going to work. After that, what you will do after you start it? You know, whenever you are inserting a floppy disk, olden days, or a USB drive, it is always better to format it, right? So Hive will be creating some tables on your metadata, like what is the name of the user, what are the tables that this guy is going to be created to store that. It is also stored as a table. And for storing that particular information, Hive will create some tables into the metastore. Okay, that is accomplished by a tool called schema tool. Okay, again, admin. I'm telling admin just for the sake of this guy, if he gets some of benefit. So yes. If I am going to schema tool and then press enter, Hive schema tool you will see, and if you click on that Hive schema tool, it will tell you what you need to do when you are installing the schema. See, metastore schema verification, and then Hive schema tool, and you will use either Derby or MySQL or Postgres or Oracle or MySQL as a parameter by typing. Just look at the example. Schema tool minus DB type. Suppose you are deciding that Derby is your database, then you will write here Derby. If you are deciding that you are going to use MySQL, you will write here MySQL. And then write init schema. What init schema will do? It will create tables onto this metastore. And then after that, whenever you are doing anything on Hive, that information will be stored here. Can you tell me what is the advantage? Tomorrow when you do the migration of Hive from one version to another version, you will do the migration of the metastore also. So that is how the metastore is working. For Cloudera virtual machine, also the metastore is MySQL. Okay? How will you see it? If you have opened your virtual machine, remember the first or second class. I am not going to repeat that because it's a test. What is the command for finding a file?
Find /-name.
So please search for hivesite.xml, open it and see yourself. what is the metastore stored? You will see MySQL is the metastore that is being stored on your Cloudera virtual machine also. So if you issue a find command and then find out Hive site.xml file and you open that Hive site.xml, you will see that you are going to get that particular configuration. If you want to see that, please type the command. What is the find command? What is the find command? Find. What dot means? It will find from the current directory. Find space. What is the command? Slash user slash lib. No, is it slash user slash lib or slash etc? I think slash etc. Slash etc space. Why you put minus? Space minus iname. Iname is a single word. Space double quote. Double quote.
Apply user slash lib.
Double quote. Hive site.xml. Hive dash site.xml. Whole life, don't forget that command. How many times I told you? Double quote, finish, and press enter. And now you see that there are two search results. Can you open one of this? VI. Okay, please copy this complete thing. And right click, copy. Right click, copy. And then right click, paste. Enter. And just come down. What is it? These are the internals. These are the real stuff that you need to know. Escape shift is exit. Come out. Don't change anything in that file because that controls everything. Escape shift CC. So the file will contain the information about what your metastore is going to be, and you will see that Cloudera uses MySQL as the metastore database. Okay, so that's the internal concept that you should know. Next, what is Hive? What did we learn in HDFS? In HDFS, all the files are divided into blocks, right? Each block is of 128 MB. By default, there are 3 is the replication factor, since in your virtual machine it is always 1. We know it already, correct? This is how HDFS is. What is the problem with HDFS? As many of you face. Don't know Java. Don't know how to write MapReduce programs. And if you want to do that, then you need to have good expertise on Java or any programming language if you are using MapReduce training. Facebook started thinking, we are all good in querying relational databases. SQL is a universal language, no need of any additional skills required. So if I put a file here, A, B, C, D, this is a comma separated value file, and you know very well how to process this using your MapReduce. You will read this and you will use a string tokenizer. You will separate it by comma, and then you will do your word count or PDF count or whatever it is, and you know how to use combiner, partitioner, all these kind of things. Facebook thought, why can't I represent this as a relational model where you already created the metastore and expose this as a table, so that the user will write only SQL commands without any Java. That is the concept of Hive. With that innovation, everybody started using big data because now the things became simple. Normally they won't say SQL, and it is not correct to say SQL. You should say HQL, which stands for Hive Query Language. But don't worry, it is very, very similar to SQL. So when you write a query here, it will look at the metastore, what is the table name, what are the column names, etc. and then it will go to the name node. Name node knows where the blocks are. It will go, fetch the data, and will give you the result. And since it is SQL, anything in the world which supports SQL, Tableau, Power BI, BERT, Cognos, Business Object, Spark, anything, Microsoft Excel, whatever you can think of, you can connect to your big data. So big data became universal now. That is the concept of Hive. So Hive is a relational database layer. It is a NoSQL database again. Why NoSQL? Not only SQL. High query language, for example, not only SQL. And it supports you or provides you the access to this particular data in a very simple form. So that is the reason you do not need any more Java. You will be just using SQL statements to play with Hive. So wherever you see the programmers, big data programmers, I am 10 years, 20 years in, this is what they are doing. But that is not the real big data experience. Real big data experience is this. Right? So Hive allows you access of the HDFS data in a structural way. Clear? So we are going to do that now. So what I want you to do is, now you are going to do, okay? Go to foroursun.com/passion from your virtual machine, not from the host, from the guest. Go to foroursun.com/passion, all lowercase letters, foroursun.com/passion. Right? Please press Ctrl F for searching. In the virtual machine, I don't know whether Ctrl F will work. Right? And then type LAHMAN, Laman, LAHMAN, and press enter. You should be straight away hitting a file called laman_csv.zip. Am I right?
591.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Okay,
All right.
LAM, can you spell it?
What?
LAM?
LAH.
591.
And now you click on that, make sure that you are downloading into the downloads folder. When you are clicking save as file, automatically it will go to downloads folder. Yes? Open a terminal. Please follow me clearly, okay? Because you are now in a position that I don't have to show you. I stop that because SQL is started, right? SQL is your language. Right? What's the picture?
Yes.
Open the terminal. Go to CD Passion Bytes. You know that you have got everything inside that. Now listen. In the Mac, whenever you are okay, it is not in the Mac, it is all of you are in the virtual machine, correct? Alright, now what you are going to write? CP /downloads/ all use tab key so that it is automatically filling. /capital downloads, capital D. If you type capital D and tab, two occurrences will come. Why? Because there is another folder called document. So DOW tab, downloads, / what is the name of the file? LAH, again tab. Automatically it should fill. Space dot. Do you know what does that mean? Press enter. It's copied. How will you unzip it? Unzip. Next command is unzip. LAH space tab. Right? And press enter. Do an ls. Did it create a folder called lemon?
Yes.
Go inside that particular directory, cd, lah. Don't go inside the zip. Go inside the directory. Claudia, you are with me, right? Are you inside the directory? ls. Okay. This repository is given to you for your practice. As many times you can use the CSV files. I will show you one example. Open vi schools.csv. There is a file called schools.csv. And can you tell me the first line, which is the header?
School ID.
School ID, school name, school city,
School name. School city.
school state,
School
school
state.
nick.
And then there is a
School
school
name.
nick, right?
Yeah. School state and school.
Before you start anything with Hive, you should know what is the structure of the table that you are going to create. That is why I wrote it down. You understand, right? If you are designing a project in which you are bringing the data from, let's say, Oracle or any other database to Hive, what are the things that you are going to bring? You should write it in a paper first, because that is the structure of your table. Without structure, now you are in a structured database. It is not MongoDB. It is not schemaless. It is schema on write. What is schema on write? I should know the schema before. Understand the power of MongoDB? Where you don't need to know the schema. You never create a table in MongoDB. You just tell insert. But here, you have to create it. Now, when you are creating, I will tell you later how you can avoid the header. But for now, let us do one thing. Create a copy of that schools.csv file, and then we will remove the header in that copy. So please write cp space schools.csv. Use tab key, never write all the things. Tab. cd schools.csv 2. That 2 means the next word is my schools.csv. So I'm going to create a copy of schools.csv as my schools.csv. My schools.csv, don't put a white space. Single word. ls, make sure that my schools.csv is there. Right? Now, please listen and then do. You are going to type vi myschools.csv. Don't type now. That myschools.csv will be open, right? Don't press I. You are not going to enter anything. Press D. One line. The header you are deleting. And then save it back. Escape shift is set. vi myschools.csv. Please delete the first line, header. So where did your header go? That's why I wrote it here. Okay? Can you make sure vi myschools.csv again and that first line is not there?
Yes.
You already made sure, very good. Now what we are going to do? We are going to run Hive. Very simple command. In that place itself. Okay? Don't go to another directory. You are going to create a Hadoop file system directory. Remember the diagram? Hive table is pointing to Hadoop. So Hadoop fs minus mkdir, no space between minus and mkdir. Hadoop space fs space minus mkdir space schools. Press enter. You should not get any error, correct? And then what you are going to do? Hadoop fs minus put. All the things that we learned, now you see it is coming back. Hadoop fs minus put. What you are going to put? myschools.csv. myschools.csv space where? Schools. Because schools is the name of the directory, correct?
Yeah.
In the HDFS. Are you following?
After making school directory, what we have to do?
Put the file myschools.csv into Hadoop. Hadoop fs minus put. You have to put the file now. Suresh.
Yeah.
Hadoop fs minus put. Claudia, you're Sheetal,
Yes.
you got? You're okay, right, Sarita? Hadoop fs minus put myschools.csv to schools, correct?
Yep.
So what is the file name that you have now along with the directory name? Schools slash myschools.csv. Clear? That's the directory name that we have. Now type it. Always remember. Hive and press enter. This is the place that you are going to use throughout the course from now to start Hive. And automatically you can see that the Hive prompt will be coming expecting you to write something. Don't worry about use beeline, some messages and all those kind of things. Warnings can be ignored. Just wait for this particular prompt. Okay.
Okay, I'm getting some error.
What is that?
Name node is in safe mode, so
Ah.
I'm correct.
You have to switch off. Okay, this is the problem and you are not shutting down it properly. So, what is the command for switching off the name node? Safe mode.
Minus safe mode leave.
Correct. So, type, what is that? HDFS minus safe mode leave. LEAVE. Enter. Anytime you are getting the message safe mode is that, then you should type it and press enter.
It's HDFS, not HDFC.
Safe mode is off. Did you get the message?
I have to change it to sudo.
Did you type it in the Hive prompt? No, right?
Mm.
In the dollar, right? The normal Unix prompt, correct?
Yeah.
Please look at that command.
Try this one.
Sudo.
Yeah.
No need of sudo. No, don't type sudo.
It didn't work for me. Just the HDFS minus safe mode leave, it didn't work for me. So when I do sudo minus
It
u,
should work. Type HDFS.
Mm-hmm.
HDFS. Why you put unnecessary capital letters? Your wish, huh?
No, actually I use the small one.
All. No. Hadoop fs safe mode minus leave. Is that command working? No. Hadoop fs minus safe mode leave. Because actually you are in Cloudera. I don't have any reason why. HDFS minus name node minus safe mode leave. Why sudo? No, what is the command? What is the command?
this is the one that I'm using.
That is what I was saying. DFS admin.
Yeah.
Hadoop, because you are an admin, okay? DFS admin, safe mode, minus safe mode, leave. Okay? Not sudo. Sudo is not needed. The DFS admin is the
okay.
word that is needed.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay.
There is no need of sudo. Okay. So safe mode is off. That you should do whenever you are getting that particular message. And now you type Hive. Hive Suresh. Hive. HIV.
I did copied the file. So.
Why? That also safe mode, there is no dependency. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Because you are not able to copy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Use the arrow key.
Yeah, that's
Preview.
right.
Yeah.
Copy it?
Interface, Hadoop,
Copy it.
TFS,
Now
main.
type Hive.
Only.
Okay. We are going to write a create table command to load the CSV file that we have created as a Hive table. Till now, remember, there are no tables in Hive. Maybe Cloudera might have given you some example files. Can you please type in the Hive prompt? Remember, every batch people, they make a mistake. Without starting Hive, they will type the Hive command. What should I do? Please don't repeat that. Huh? Are you getting me? Hive command should be typed only in the Hive prompt. Huh? You will start calling me next class, I am telling you. The dollar symbol, you will type the Hive command and you will tell that I am not getting. Hive prompt. What says that? Hive prompt, okay? Hive prompt. In that Hive prompt, can you please type show tables? Your simple database command. Show space tables.
Decimal and table. Nothing.
0.
0, right?
Your.
But you got an okay, right?
Okay.
Hive is a very, very polite fellow.
Should take-
Even if the command is wrong, even if the command is correct,
won't cry.
even if this one, it will tell okay. Okay? So please be careful.
It gave.
So okay is always okay for Hive. Anything is okay for Hive. That is a problem.
It prompted for next line, so like.
Yeah,
What?
semicolon.
Even it
Same
didn't,
color.
I know. Let him find out now. See, a SQL command also is making mistake. Any SQL command should be ending with a semicolon, right?
Yeah.
So no tables are there, correct? So what does that mean? Your MySQL metastore is not registered anything yet. What you did, you just put the schools.csv to HDFS, that's all. It is available in HDFS. If you want MapReduce, you can write that MapReduce on the top of it. But it is not available yet onto Hive. So what we need to do, we have to create a table, schema on right? So we have to create a table on Hive, listen, and tell at the create command that point to
That file.
that location. That is how Hive works. Got it? So, I'll show you the command. Create table. See, why I am showing you all these things, I am not believing or trying anything on my mind. Google, find out the command, type. That is the way to learn. Okay? So, create table in Hive command or example, and then press enter. Thousands of examples, create table tutorials point, and what we need is this particular create table command. Okay, so just come down and you will see a create table command. Okay, and don't get confused. You should know how you will learn the help. What does this capital letters means? It must be there. What are these means? Optional square bracket. Okay, so I want you to write now. I'm not going to write it again on the board so that you make a mistake and then you correct it. Okay, create. No need of uppercase, you can write lowercase also. So space, in the Hive prompt, please write create space table. One simple question here, don't type anything. Can you create a view? Is there a word view? What does that mean? You cannot create views. That is how to learn. There is table, but there is no view. Don't think it is exactly like an RDBMS system. It's built on the top of Hadoop, so some flexibility is not there. Don't say Oracle synonym I want on Hive, not possible. Okay, so create table. Don't worry about the database name now. Just give the table name as my schools, single word. MY schools. Okay, don't put any semicolon or anything. Press enter without semicolon. That means continue it in the next line. This is optional. Correct? Oh, okay, press Ctrl C, please come out. Did it come out from the complete Hive prompt?
Yes.
Okay, type Hive again because it should have written in a single line because I forgot that you are on the command line. Type Hive again, go again Hive. Anytime when you are coming out, just type Hive, okay? Are you in a fresh prompt?
Yeah.
Okay, now type create space table space my schools in bracket. Be very careful. Now syntax has to be maintained. School ID.
Int.
String. School name, string. School city, string. All you keep it as string. String. And for the last column, don't put a comma, but finish it. And don't put semicolon. No semicolon. Please wait after you type this. Everything in the continue the line. And even if it is coming to the second line, please continue.
After comma also no space.
No space.
After comma.
That space doesn't matter. It's a different word, no, my dear Suryavanshi. Don't put a space between ST and then space ring.
No.
Ah.
After comma.
Yeah, after comma, put the space. English, no.
School name, school city.
School name, string. School city, string.
Everything is string.
Have you ever used a string data type in Oracle? Not there. MySQL? Not there. Hive, you have to use string. Why? It's all written in Java. Don't put semicolon, okay? After this bracket, next word, row format. Understand clearly, row format is not a single word, row space format. Delimited. What is the meaning? Please understand what is the meaning. In that my schools, after each row, there is a new line, then it is coming to the next line. So it is a delimited, right? It's a delimited. That's what you are telling. Because sometimes you may be giving a big one line. Abhinisho, if you are writing an extraction job, you did not put a new line, but entire data came as a single line. You won't put that one, okay? So row format delimited. Okay? Careful. Fields space terminated space by instead of by T. It is not tab. How our fields are terminated? By a comma, because ours is a comma separated value file. MySchools.csv, comma separated value file. So fields terminated by. So now you know one more trick. If somebody is telling that my fields are terminated by a space, tab, what you will do?
Slash T.
Right.
Fields terminated by. Don't put slash. For comma, there is no need of slash. In Java, if you know, new line, tab, all these are having backslash. But if you put a comma, or if you put a dot, if you put a colon, no backslash. Backslash is a special character in Java.
Delimited.
Okay. Lines terminated by new line. You have to repeat this line exactly like that, because in our case also. You did?
Yeah.
So these are in the next line only, right?
But no need. Continue.
Continue.
Same line. I will tell you what is the advantage if you
Fields
write everything in a
terminated
single line. I will tell you
by-
shortly.
So row comma delimited is basically telling the command that the fields and lines.
Yes. Yes.
Lines
Terminated by
terminated.
In the schools, I, E, that is what we are doing. Lines terminated.
By.
Look at that, lines terminated. Just apply common sense and write lines terminated by, fields terminated by. So in a CSV file, these are the two parameters you will give anywhere, right? How the fields and how the lines are. So if I have A, dollar, B, dollar, C, and after that, suppose I am using a new line as hash. Fields terminated by dollar symbol
Dollar symbol.
and lines terminated by hash. That's all.
Continue till the next. Stored as text file. No.
Yeah. Continue, stored as text file and put semicolon. So many magic is happening there. And we are going to learn a lot there. Stored as text file and put a semicolon at the end only. Press enter. If any error comes, that means I have to send you typewriting school.
But Hive, right? Okay.
Hive will tell
I
you.
will say okay.
But if error is there, it will tell you error. Shidal?
Yes.
I know something is there. What?
Show tables also showed on my schools.
The watch is stopping.
I know.
I know what you're What? What, Suresh?
Show tables also working.
Wait. Okay. Show tables now. What did you get?
My schools.
Okay, also, right? My school's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now write the next query. Select star from my schools. Huh?
Select start
Don't tell that it is showing data.
space.
Select star from my schools and then put semicolon.
I never worked on SQL.
There is no need to work. Write English. Select star all from which table? That is all SQL. Nothing is coming, right?
Yeah.
Why? Where did you put the data? Did you link the data?
No.
So what you need to do now next? In that Hive prompt, please write load data. In path, this is optional. Write in path. No need of capital letters. Single line, okay? Load data space in path. In single quote. Where did you put your file? Schools
Schools.
slash
My school.
myschools.csv. Is it my school or my schools? You should know. myschools.csv. Not finished.
Schools.
Into table. Into table. What is your table name?
My schools.
My
My
schools.
schools. And put a semicolon. End should be always semicolon. Press enter. Any error? Today.
Invalid path.
You didn't create. Is it my school or my schools?
Table in my schools only.
Not table, data file. myschool.csv or my school. Open another command prompt and write hadoop fs minus ls. No. Then you will know clearly. Claudia, is it okay? Created? Now you write select star from my schools. You are getting the data? Understood Hive now? Yes. So a last class question. Now you know how to solve it. From Oracle, bring the CSV file. Right? Or from DB2, bring the CSV file. Load it into HDFS, expose it as a Hive table. Finish. Clear?
1 minute.
What happened? Suryamshi.
I'm done. I'm just scrolling up to see if the table is that school ID, school name is created or not.
How?
It will not be.
How you are checking? Type
Select
describe my schools. Take a refresher course on SQL before next class. What you will do next class? Hadoop fs minus ls. Array minus ls if it will give from root. Schools.
Schools is there.
Hadoop fs. Hadoop fs minus. Type the directory name. No. Then you will have the file name. Otherwise, how the file name will come? What is that? Schools inside that again schools. PWD. Where are you? home/Cloudera. CD Fashion Bites, right? And CD
Fine.
Lemon, right? And now
Fine,
Hadoop
I don't know.
fs minus Put my.
It's uppercase.
Put it one more time and then see. Did you get the table? Huh?
Yes.
Now the most interesting thing. Get first. What happened, Sheetal?
I have the same problem. I just have to check my file name.
Very good. The Hadoop command itself, you made the mistake. I thought you won't make the mistake because that is the fundamental, right? Hadoop first minus put my schools my. Why you are writing capital letters? Did you create capital? Okay. Okay. Capital M.
What is this?
Tab. Okay.
Counted the whole word.
So I'm putting
Schools. Enter. And now.
Yeah. So first line setting line. So first line setting line. First two.
Now go back. Be very clear on that commands. Now, why this is lowercase now? You gave capital letter, right? This is called consistency in the world of programming. If you use capital letter, use capital letter everywhere. Into table, my schools. My school is already created, right? Press enter. Why slash? Who told you to put a slash there? Hello? This is not, whatever you want, wherever you want, you will put a one slash. One space. Surya is this space. Now select start. Why? What happened? Because this is why you are getting all the errors. Here you put my schools and here you put a school, right? Congratulations. Done? Very good. One more command and tell me what is happening when you write this particular command, and you are going to write a SQL statement. Select space count of star.
Hadoop.
What Hadoop?
I mean,
You wrote Hadoop, huh?
No, we already executed that command.
executed
It will count the
it
words.
executed MapReduce. I mean,
What happened? What is
Number-
happening?
number of
Select count star from my schools. And press enter. What happened? What is happening?
MapReduce.
So whatever programs we have written, Hive generates it on the fly without writing a single line of code, and you are getting everything back. That is the beauty of Hive. So without letting the programmer to know any complexities of MapReduce, it is giving you the query. Now, what is select star from my schools did not give you MapReduce?
Because there's no
Apply the common sense.
there is no reducing.
There is no aggregation needed. So in Hive there are two types of queries: fetch and aggregations. Fetch means it will ask the name node where is the data and it will fetch. There is no need of MapReduce. Count star. Every node has to give the data and then somebody has to count. Reduce. Now you understood why we learned all the things? Because that is helping you to understand the internals. Clear?
I know.
count करेगा होता.
Amazing.
So no programming required.
Okay,
Anything.
fine.
So you write a where
714
clause, you write whatever you
714
want and you do it, okay? So
Total
please
number
do
of
this for at least 2 or 3 tables
It is equal to
by next class. Huh? Already last class I told you to write a MapReduce. Nobody has given me feedback. MongoDB MapReduce. You did? You got it right? If he gets it immediately, morning itself he will message. No message came in. Silent. Now I know the people.
I told the reason also after coming.
Otherwise, message will come. Immediately message will come. That with the screenshot.
So if you are doing history,
Huh?
the Hive commands also will store in that
No,
one.
it will not. Okay, Hive commands will not be stored. But don't worry. That is,
Yeah.
you are a
Okay.
ultimate SQL person. So You can ask him anything in SQL. He writes that much complex queries.
Which database you were doing?
Oracle.
Or-
Okay, so you'll play with it. You can see. So that is the concept of Hive. Okay. Now so many things are there. One more thing. What is this word override? Claudia, it is very, very important for you.
Updates.
If you write override, the existing data will be deleted and every day fresh data will be coming. If you don't put override, it will be appended. So your ETL strategy in your organization should decide whether you want fresh data every day or whether you will be keeping on appending. Normally it will be appending because you are creating a data lake, right?
So this is like a truncate and load, is
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. So everything is available there. Alright. Now can you please type one command, delete from my schools. Tell me what is happening. And tell me what exactly is the error. Transaction manager does not allow this particular operation, something of that sort, right? What do you mean by that? Next, very, very important topic or concept about Hive. Hive is not a transactional database. You can only,
Insert.
yeah, it is data lake. If what will happen if your data warehouse or data lake you are deleting? It is not possible. Now tell me, how can you delete if you want to delete? Delete that file from HDFS, gone, right? But nobody will do that. But if you are deleting that file from the HDFS, what will happen? Your metadata got corrupted. So you have to consider all that things. Don't worry about that now, okay? We will see in details. But please understand the difference between an RDBMS. Oracle, insert, update, delete, right? Everything. Because it is OLTP. This is OLAP, online analytical processing, and there is no concept of delete. Continue on Tuesday.
So
Practice.
we did the select count star, right? So for that one, it will create the output directory also, like HDFS to create the output directory.
No.
That's
Why? Why you need output?
because it executed map radius, right?
But if that result it is deleting the internal things, the temporary files will be there, right? Because you don't need an explicit output, right? Please switch off